Peace, family. Excuse the noise. I just got, this is my S19J Pro. I had it for a couple years, and then for a couple of years it went down. Chip started to fail, and you know, this is Big Mama for a couple of years. It was doing okay. I still haven't really reached ROI, but to be honest, I got this for the long-term holding of the Bitcoin and things like that. So even if the profitability isn't as great as it once was in its heyday, it's fine. So I wanted to mention, once I got it back, I installed it. This is the BugleBone control board, because I started to have issues with it. This is the original board that comes with the S19. It's the Xilinx control board, I believe. And this is the little adapter for the fans that goes on the 4 fan connectors here, right? So I started having issues, and at the time I was replacing the loud ass, if you think it's loud now, I was replacing the really loud ass stock fans and replacing them with this AC Infinity, Axial Infinity, I forgot the name of the company, but increases the airflow. I copped these 3D printed pieces. I still have to put the other gray one on that side, and then the exhaust is going right outside. Yeah, so when I got it back, I started doing some troubleshooting. I switched out SD cards with different OSs. I tried out Luxor. Where is the slot for the SD card actually on these? Yeah, right here. Right, so I was trying different ones. I tried the stock S19 firmware. I tried Luxor. I tried Hive ASIC OS, and I was still having issues. It was specific to that one board. You'll see this one here. This one right there, I'm not going to put my hand too close. That one is just unresponsive. The chips are not even being detected by the OS, by the control board. So that's one thing I think. The reason why I'm doing this is I don't think that it's mentioned enough about the troubleshooting that you have to do to get these things running properly. There's noise, there's airflow, there's issues with the chips. Sometimes you got to send things out, and it becomes a little bit of a hassle. But I'm going to show you the OS that I landed on. It was actually the repair guy. He recommended this OS for me to use. So I haven't seen too much of it on the internet, so I'll show you guys in a second. But yeah, so I've got the exhaust going outside. Intake for right now is here. It's just, you know, whatever. I have a window right here letting the air in. But eventually I'll have another setup just like that here. Alright, so let's jump in front of the computer. Okay, much better. Not too much noise. Okay, so here we have, hold on, let me see if I can get this a little better in the screen here. Okay, so I'm using something called Vnish.net. This is a one of the only OSs that worked. I tried Brains OS, and quick shout out to Voscoin, because at the time while I was troubleshooting, he had put out a video about his whole farm. He's working on something with his farm, and he mentioned something about Brains not having support for certain chips. If we look over here, you'll see where it says 126 chips, all good. I'm going to highlight that right here. See that? So apparently, there are certain models that have a certain number of chips, and there's some that don't support others, depending on how many chips you have for the board. And it turns out that my Hashboards, Brains OS doesn't support having the 3 cards, and there's something with the chips. You go watch the Voscoin YouTube channel, recent video about his setup for Bitcoin, his Bitcoin mining farm. Now he's using immersion and all this other advanced stuff. He's not, you know, I'm not nowhere near his stratosphere, but you'll see that there's, you know, Brains and certain OSs have issues with certain hardware. I didn't know that there was different models of boards like that, where, you know, obviously maybe different manufacturers, but I didn't know that there was different numbers of chips, and also that certain OSs only worked with those certain number of chips. So one of the ones that I came upon which was also a suggestion by the repair guy. But I don't know. I just didn't look at it. I didn't pay too much mind to what he wanted to do. I was already set at either getting back on Hive high basic, or brains. And then that video came out, and then here we are. So I tried it out, and it's actually really good. I've lost. I wish I would have taken screenshots of the power draw that I had before, but unfortunately, as you can see, it gives you a lot of information here. Okay. My fans, as you can see here on the right hand side, are all off, and I have it in the immersive mode, but it's not being immersed in anything. I'm just using the fan, that AC Infinity fan, to pretty much do all the fan work for me. With that little circuit board that I showed you earlier, I could have connected it directly to the miner using that USB-C port, and then the OS would handle all of the fan things automatically. But since the BugleBone doesn't work with that chip, I'm leaving it as is for now. I may put the Xilinx back in and plug it back up with the cable, because I do plan on moving it. But yeah, so as you can see here, this is vMesh, the official firmware for S19s. Come over here down to mining. This is one of the best parts of it. And as you can see, one of my boards, it's connected, but it shows up as disconnected. I had to go in here manually. If you look, you'll see that it's not enabled. Right here, it's not enabled, because these chips would never show up. And this is awesome that you have the you have the ability to come and look at things chip by chip. Now, if you come over here real quick, and you'll see the two boards that are live. One has all the chips that are good, and one has 119 out of 126 that are good. And you'll see 4 and 3. We have some slow chips, critical chips. Now, I'm still getting more knowledge on what exactly that means, but we can come here to the mining portion and performance tab and see the actual chips that are having the issues, right? Now, we could even drill down into it. If I click on it, I can change frequency. I am not going to change. I'm not changing any of that without some instruction. But yeah, so unfortunately, this one hashboard is down, but the rest of the, aside from those other chips, they're still critical and slow, but they're working. As you can see here, compared to the ones that have all the chips that are good, I'm down a couple terahash. Okay, it's not too bad. I'm okay with it. So, and as you can see, some pop up from time to time. These are things that are good to see. The stock S19 firmware, I'm not sure if it gave you that info. But currently, yes, I'm mining here on Luxor. Every once in a while, I'll jump on some solo mining. And yeah, so this is the current plan. I'm glad to have Big Bertha back, mining some Bitcoin for me. I know it's not profitable. I know there's going to be the comments. Why are you doing this? Again, go look at the previous videos. I just like tinkering. I'm fortunate enough that I can set up these things at my house or at families' houses. I work. I've been involved in the IT field for years and years, so a lot of these things kind of align with certain aspects of my job. So. And also, it's money. This is also a hustle. At the end of the day, this is just a hustle. At the end of the day, really, we're doing investing. We're working towards certain goals to get things accomplished. But at the end of the day, we're hustling so that we can improve our own lives. And also, we believe in the crypto. There's also the aspect of just, it's a way better option than the current financial systems internationally, not even in just the United States, where I'm from. But yeah, if we can take a look around at the different things here in this OS vMesh. I love that it has auto tuning also. I have not gone into that. If we come over here to the performance tab, these presets right here will give you different options. But a lot of different OSs do this also. And you got to have the proper cooling and all that stuff for the overclocks. And also I believe they sell modified power supplies for overclocking, but I'm not doing that right now. This is not, I guess if you guys want to see that in the future, we might go through that. And this is another feature of the vMesh OS that I'm not sure if I've seen in other OSs. So it looks like if I had an initial, like if I had a bunch of S19J Pros or whatever ASICs that this software supports. For example, I could use this one, but the one that we're logged into right now, I guess, as the primary or the source clone, the source of the cloning, and I can put in the IP addresses of all the other S19s on my network, and it looks like it'll just start installing and cloning the settings from this one to those. Let's take a look at cloning options here. I only have one. I don't know if I'm planning to ever buy another. Oh wow, look at that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we can pick and choose. That's very cool. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'll get another S19 in the future, depending on the price of the ASIC and Bitcoin. But at this point, I'm rambling. Guys, this is vMesh. Give it a shot. If you're on the stock firmware and you're happy with it, that's cool. You know, don't let anybody shame you into not using the stock firmware. It's fine as long as you know what you're doing and it's stable. Go for it. But at the same time, we have a lot of different options, and if we ever wanted to, you know, venture off to other things, I think the most popular right now, I think, and also they're creating their own hashboard, I think, as well. Brain seems to be the big boy on the block, which is cool. You know, it's I wish I wish I had known before about that chip issue. But again, thanks to Voscoin letting us know about all that. And here's another thing that he let us all know about. I did order one of these. In the future, I may do a video on this. So we've got this Epic UMC Universal Mining Control Board. Super interested in this. It's you know, around the same price as the regular BugleBone and the other control boards, except this one has some built-in overclocks. I'm not going to go through the entire thing. You can watch Voscoin's video. It has its own Epic OS here running that apparently is super good. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. I wonder if I can open this wider. Here we go. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to see when I get that. I mean, Voscoin already did a pretty in-depth video, but yeah. Cool. All right, guys. I'm glad to be back at mining Bitcoin. I feel like I'm back home. Everyone out there in crypto land, hold tight, hold steady. Where we are, there's a lot of things going on in the crypto space. There's a lot of hands in the cookie jar, some good and some bad, but we've got to ride the wave just as always. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.